Shut up. Today I'm going to be doing a 24-hour readathon. I decided to do one because I've only read 15 books this month and I'm very close to reaching my reading goal of 50 books, and so I figured doing a 24-hour readathon would help me read like more, because I read a lot more doing 24-hour readathons. I have Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare. I'm on chapter 15. So I'm 316 pages into this book, so I'm about right here. I'm like almost halfway through, and I really want to finish this tomorrow. This is my main focus. I'm not sure I'll be able to get through Queen of Air and Darkness and the other books, especially with my sleeping schedule, but we are going to try. I'm really liking this so far. I'm loving the series. This is like my favorite Cassandra Clare series so far. I feel like I'm really gonna love Chain of Gold, which is why I'm reading this, so I can like prepare for Chain of Gold. And it's like 1 o'clock and I've read maybe when I started the readathon I was on page 106 and I started at 12, so I don't know math apparently. So I mean, you could do the math, but I read that many pages in that hour. Okay, so I just woke up. It is like 12:10. I woke up at like 11:20, but the girl be needing like an hour to wake up. Okay, like 30 minutes at least to wake up. Like I need to sit there, I need to marinate, I need to think about life. Yes, I just said marinate as if it was a hamburger. I'm only up because I'm babysitting and my cousin literally runs around the house. So that's why I'm up. I fell asleep at 5 a.m. which honestly, we're surprised I went to bed at 5 a.m. because I think I just short-circuited. If I hadn't forced myself to sleep, I would have stayed up. If this really would have been a 24-hour readathon. Like, I kid you guys not, I have to force myself to go to sleep every single night. I got so far, still last time you see me, I am here. Can you see that? I'm here. I'm on page 727, so I can probably finish the rest of this within an hour. It takes me, I literally read two pages. I literally read 200 pages an hour, and I think after I finish this, I'm going to jump into this, which will be my first non-Shadowhunter book in days, because usually I cannot read series, but with the Shadowhunter books, I'm like, give me all the books. I want every single series Cassandra Clare has planned right now. But, so the goal is to finish Queen of Air and Darkness. So hopefully I can finish that by 1. And then we're gonna make some coffee. And we're gonna put on some booktube. Maybe I'll finish the Vampire Diaries. I'm on season 8 of the Vampire Diaries. Maybe I'll start the Vampire Diaries from the beginning. Maybe I'll watch Teen Wolf. Maybe I'll watch Awkward. Maybe I'll watch Degrassi. I don't know what I want to do right now. I'm very like, oh, I'm always rewatching TV shows on Netflix. There's so many new shows. I can finish The Witcher. I'm on episode 2. I could start Lock and Key. Every time I try to start on my Netflix, it didn't go. I'm literally just killing time at this point. So let me go and read so I can get these books done. And then I'll see you guys in a few. It's 1:33, so it took me a little bit longer than what I thought. I was gonna record my reaction to the last 100 pages, but the coffee kicked in fast and I was in the bathroom for a good 20 minutes. I finished this book 10 minutes ago, but like I said, the coffee kicked in a lot faster than I expected. So if you don't know what Queen of Air and Darkness is, this is the 3rd book in the Dark Artifices trilogy, so I don't really want to go too much into it, but it follows the main characters in the First and Lady Midnight, obviously. It also has some characters from the Myonna Instruments. Well, it has a whole squad from in this book particularly. This book was good. I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's like, one thing I loved about the Dark Artifices was that the first book was so good that I like fell in love with the plot and the characters. And then the rest of the series, like the second book was very a character driven book, but I was already in love with the characters by the point that I read that book. So I was like, okay, good, 4.5 stars, you know. And then in this book, it had a plot line, but compared to City of Heavenly Fire, nothing like so much goes down in City of Heavenly Fire. The way it's set up for like the next trilogy, or for this trilogy, like literally everything is happening. Like there's so many different things happening at once, the relationships and stuff like that. And this one kind of does the same, but I just didn't feel the same way I did when I read City of Heavenly Darkness. I am Kieran, Mark, and Christina trash. I'm absolutely obsessed with them. I literally was stalking Cassandra Clare last night, and I have some Tumblr posts saved, and then I have some Twitter posts saved about them, and I've been looking up fan art all night. Like, I'm absolutely obsessed with them. It's so crazy because I was in love with Emma and Julian, and like I still love them. Like, but I was in love with them in the first book, and then like the plot line for Kieran, Mark, and Christina happened, and I was like, Julian, whoops. I just love the poly relationship, and it was written so well. Like, it was so slow burn, and like when it finally got together, I was like, oh my gosh. And I hope to see more of them in the Wicked Powers book. And I want them to be married. I want to see them all happy and be together again. I mean, wow, I really miss them. And so yeah, I enjoyed this book, just not as much as I thought I would. Like, I was bored a lot, and it's just like not enough went down. Yeah, so I'm just very excited for the Wicked Powers, because the way this book ends is so good. And a lot of plot lines that happen in this book is good. Like, I was like, should I give it a 3 star? I didn't really enjoy it that much. It was like very average, but I mean, I was already in love with the characters. She gave me Kieran, Mark, and Christina. Also, I love Julian. Like, I didn't care about him at first. He was very boring, but he's so angsty. Like, he is the definition of angst in a character. He does some really stupid stuff. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but I love Julian. And I think also because I love the Blackthorn family. I think that if I could be a part of any Shadowhunter family, it would be the Blackthorns. And because I just love them so much. Like, they're such a big family. They're so chaotic. Like, there's so many of them, and I come from a big family, very chaotic. There's so many like of us, so like I know what it feels like to have a lot of siblings, and just to be a part of a big family, and to want to take care of your siblings, and just to work together as like a unit. Like, I definitely understand that, and I loved it. And I love the Blackthorns. Also, they have a really cool last name. Like, come on now. Yeah, so those are my opinions on Queen of Air and Darkness. Also, I know I'm going to get questions on how I read so fast. I do want to remind you guys that I do have a video up on how I read so fast. I'll link it down below, because the next person that asks me how I read so fast will get my fist shoved up your ass. So it's currently 3:19, and I am this far into my journey contact, like 100 pages into it, and I just made snacks. I just made fish sticks and fries for my cousin and my brother. Honestly, babysitting is so fun because it's like playing house, but you can give the kids back. I'm such a Virgo. I feel like Virgos are very much moms, or at least the Virgos I know. Yeah, I'm reading Emergency Contact. It's pretty good so far. Emergency Contact is about this girl and this guy, and the title is pretty much is self-explanatory. He is her emergency contact. Well, they are each other's emergency contact, because something happens with him, and I haven't really gotten that far yet. So I'm assuming something happens with him, and then they like we should like have each other's numbers, and like, or maybe something happens with him, and then something happens with her, and like he saves her. She saved him, so maybe he'll save her, and he'll be like, all right, we need to like be each other's emergency contact because we keep saving each other. I assume. Like I said, I don't know, but I like it because she's very like protective. Like he had a panic attack, and he thought it was a heart attack. He didn't know what a panic attack was. And so she's like, did you eat? You know, she's being like very like assertive, and like, you know, making sure he's okay. And my favorite thing about couples is when they're like, I mean, they obviously don't have any interest in each other, but my favorite thing about couples is like when they're protective of each other, like when the guy is like making sure the girl eat, or, you know, vice versa. And they're like, you know, how, like, you know, are you doing okay? Like, did you eat? Like, I don't know, just being protective and making sure that person is okay. Like, little stuff. Maybe it's because I don't get that, so I love to see it. But that's pretty much all I'm doing: reading Emergency Contact, eating fish sticks, and watching books with Chloe. Hopefully I can finish this book by 5 o'clock, 4:30, and then I can start A Darker Shade of Magic, which I'm very, very, very excited to try. I am now more than like 50% through this book. I'm like here. I turned my intensity up on the light thingy. What the? I'm liking this book, but I'm not like in love with it. Like, this isn't the best thing I've ever read. Like, I'm not, oh my gosh, like 5 stars. Like, it's not terrible. I don't hate it. Like, I wouldn't do a rant review of this video. Like, I'm not, this is the worst thing I've ever read. But it's not like amazing where I'm like 5 stars, beautiful. But it's not below, it's not a 3 star. It's not a 4 star either. It's a 3.5 star book. Like, I haven't finished it yet. I really enjoy it. I like the relationship. I like how Penny is kind of like a mom friend towards him. Like, she's just like, make sure you do this and make sure you do that, and he's like, okay mom. And I don't know, I really like that. I think it's so cute. And I also really like how they originally got each other's number to be in emergency contact, so they're like, oh, like, only text, like, this is like, you know, a dying need, and like, you really need to text me. And then next thing you know, they're texting literally every single day. And I really, really like that. And I like them like trying to figure out if they're friends or if they're like in love with each other, but separately. So it's like, so Penny kind of has a boyfriend, so it's a scene where like the mom is like, yeah, it took Penny for so long to tell me she has a boyfriend, and he's like, she has a boyfriend? And then like there's a scene where Penny's like thinking about him, and she's like Penny like does like list a lot in her head, which she does like list a lot in her head, and she's like, okay, so he has a girlfriend, she's pregnant, he's my friend, a real friend. And like she's like trying to convince herself she's not like falling in love with this guy. So I really like that. Dude, I get makeup and hair literally whoa, Mary Kay Choi is really pretty. What the heck? Anyway, so just finished Emergency Contact. I think I'm gonna give this 4 stars. I low-key want to give it like 3 stars, but I want to give it 4 stars. Like, it's a 3-star read, but I want to give it 4 stars because that is what I feel like I want to do. So that's what I'm gonna do. I like the book. Like, it was good, but the ending confused me. Like, are they together? Are they not together? Like, I like how like you don't know, which is very confusing. I don't know, but I liked it. Like, it's not like they didn't end up married and with a baby. So if you watch my channel for a while, you know that that is my biggest pet peeve with contemporaries. Also, speaking of contemporaries, it's like, I thought I was in the mood for contemporary, but I don't think that I am. I think it's because Valentine's Day just ended, and I feel very, very lonely. Like, I've never had a Valentine before, and I just been feeling really, really lonely lately. And so I've kind of been trying to stay away from romance, even though a lot of the books I read still have romance. At least like it's fantasy or like urban fantasy, so it's like unrealistic and like very less than likely to happen. It also has like a plot of like, you know, things going on, like fantasy things or urban fantasy things or sci-fi or whatever. Like, it always has like something going on. And like, I thought I needed like a book that focused heavily on romance to cheer me up, but I don't think that's really what I want to read. But I don't know, it could just be the fact that this book is just like, just cute, you know. Now I will be moving on to A Darker Shade of Magic, which I have freaking makeup stains all over. I don't think you can see it because, well, I was about to tap this. I was about to do this because usually when I'm like filming from like, you know, the back camera and I'm like filming and I'm holding my phone, I just tap it and it like, you know, autofocuses. Oh, I could literally just, all right. So yeah, I'm gonna read Darker Shade of Magic. Maybe I like this more because it'll be more fantasy, and I'm starting to get into adult fantasy, and that's exactly what this is. And I feel like this will be a good intro into adult fantasy. I really want a nap right now. I really need a nap, but I want to take a shower as well. But the thing about like me and like when I take a shower is I always get super, super sleepy. Like, I typically take my naps after my showers, which is why I usually shower at like 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. because that like helps me go to sleep. But I really want to take a shower. but I also want to take a nap, and that's not good. I also can't take a nap because I'm still babysitting, and the more that I think about it, I realize that I haven't heard from my cousin in a long time. He's probably taking a nap.
You want that over there? You want that over there? Gotcha. I was up late night balling, counting up hundreds by the thousand. I was up late night balling, counting up hundreds by the thousand. I was up late night balling, counting up hundreds by the thousand. I was up late night balling, counting up hundreds by the thousand. I was up late night balling, so far from my past misfortune. No sleeping, late nights, no eating, gun squeezing. I'm a real artesian remote. I was round that counter, still down. I'm a north soldier. G slide right down Sawyer. When we slide, you won't see morning.
Okay. So I started A Darker Shade of Magic, I want to say an hour ago. Well, not even, yeah, I started an hour ago. I started at 7. I took like a 2-hour break because I finished Emergency Contact at like 5. So yeah, I started this at 7 and I'm about 28% through. I don't know if this is, oh yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm like 28% through, which it doesn't look like a lot, but at the same time it does. But I don't know, I don't know how I feel about it because there's nothing really happening right now. Obviously it's only like 28%, so it's setting up for plot and things like that. I can see myself standing Kale because I've laughed maybe like 8 times because like his character is very like charming. But I don't know how I feel about Lila. She gives me very much I'm not like other girls like vibes. I wish that I was annotating this because so I could like, you know, I could know exactly what page I was talking about, but I don't want to annotate this book and then not like it and be forced to keep it. But I think it was like when she was first introduced and oh, here it goes. Okay. So it says, it had been a long time since anyone had called her pretty. Not that Lila wanted to be pretty. Pretty doesn't serve her well, and Lord knows she didn't envy the ladies with their crinched corsets and abundant skirts, their stiletto laughs, their falsetto laughs, and ridiculous way they used them. The way they swoon and lead on men, weakness to savor their strength. Why would anyone ever pretend to be weak was beyond her? I'm just like, okay, sis, like, that was, like, it's very, I'm not like other girls of her. I have about 2 more hours left. It's like 9 o'clock. I don't know if I'll be able to finish A Darker Shade of Magic in time. Like, I was gonna start a graphic novel, but I'm gonna be just barely finishing A Darker Shade of Magic. So, oof. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a pillow on the floor because I've been like low-key falling asleep. I turned my ring light on for extra light in my room, but I think I'm gonna make a pillow on the floor like Jesse the Reader did, because I really liked how he did that. And then I'm just gonna sit here and read. I have the snacks. I'm watching Your Book on Zoe. I also made my own slushie. I have this weird habit of like whenever we get pops, I'm from Michigan. I say pop, by the way, before anybody bullies me. Yes, I say pop instead of soda. Anyways, so yeah, whenever we get pops, instead of like just like drinking it, I literally will put it in the freezer for 3 hours and I will make a slushie out of it, and I just drink it, like, or drink or whatever I'll consume it like that. So yeah, I don't want to see anybody in my comments bullying me because I say pop and not soda. I'm saying that now though.
If it takes so long to hit me back, I can't promise you how I react, but all I can say is at least I'll wait for you. Lately I've been on a roller coaster, trying to get a hold of my emotions, but all that I know is that I need you close, and I'ma scream and shout for what I love. Passionate but I don't give no fucks. I admit that I'm a little messed up.
It is 11:06, which means I have an hour left. I thought it was gonna take me until like 11:30 to read, but Anyways, I just finished A Darker Shade of Magic. I don't know what I want to rate this because it's like I really enjoy the characters. Like I really like the characters and the relationships, and I like the brothers, and I like Lila, and I really like the end. I enjoyed the end, but oh, my brother's here. He's drawing. Hi. And one thing that, like, I don't know, like, I like the plot. Like, it has plots. And you guys know I'm not a character-driven person, so, of course, I have to like the plot. But it's like, I didn't love it. Like, I liked it, I enjoyed it. And I kind of want to give it 5 stars because I haven't given anything 5 stars in a long time besides the Cassandra Clare books I've been reading this month. But I didn't, like, I loved it, but it's not like my favorite. So I think I'll just give it like 4.5 stars. Obviously that's what a smart person would do, or maybe 4 stars. But it's like, I feel like it deserves more than 4.5, but it doesn't deserve a 5. And I'm not the kind of person who does like 4.75. I don't do those. Like, the most I do is 4.5, and I just started doing those like last year. So I think I'll give it 4 stars because it's just like, I liked it, but I was like, man, like, I don't know how to explain it. I really don't know how to explain it. But next I'm going to be starting Gravity Falls, which should take me like an hour to read. Gravity Falls is my all-time favorite TV show. I watch the show all the time. Me and my brother both love it. And I got this graphic novel, and I've read it before already. I finished it, and this will be a reread. I swear, all the graphic novels I have, like, I just reread them a million times. Like, I don't buy new graphic novels unless like every now and then. But once I have it, and if I love it, I'm rereading it like every chance I get. I'm back to finally close off the vlog because I kind of almost forgot to. But I read 4 books today. I finished Gravity Falls the last hour because love it so much, and I even convinced my brother to watch it, which didn't take much convincing because he just started watching it. But I read 4 books, and minus the 106 pages I had already read prior to starting this readathon, I read 1,744 pages today. So I read A Darker Shade of Magic, which I gave 4 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed this book, but I just felt like it just didn't feel like a 5-star read to me. Like, I don't know, just didn't feel like it. I like the characters, I like the world, I like the magic and everything. It just wasn't a 5-star read. Like, I don't consider it my favorite. I read Emergency Contact, which I believe I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars. I said I was going to give it 4, but I changed it to 3.5 out of 5 stars because I just didn't care. Like, I liked the story. Like, it was cute. Like, nothing was wrong with it. I didn't find anything problematic with it. It did have a few lines that had me like, yikes. But other than that, I thought the story was like cute. It just wasn't like something that I would personally like be like my all-time favorite book. Like, it's not until all the ones I loved before, you know. Gravity Falls, which I gave 5 out of 5 stars to because I absolutely love this graphic novel. Like, it's literally my life, so of course it gets 5 stars. And this is my first time like rereading it since I first read it in August of 2018. And then lastly, I read Queen of Nothing, which I gave 4.5 out of 5 stars. I love this cast so much. Like, I love the trilogy as a whole. I just think that the last 2 books were really, they didn't live up to the first book for me. But I feel like if I were to reread this, like, I would absolutely love it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I kind of want to reread it so I can annotate it like right now. But I'm going to give myself some time because I don't want to like burn myself out. And this is like nearly a 1,000-page book. So I really don't need to do that. But yeah, that is it for this 24-hour readathon. I do want to start doing more videos where I just like read with me like for a day, where it's not like a 24-hour readathon, but it's...
You're constantly recording.
Huh?
You're constantly recording.
No. That's why you need to mind your business. But yeah, so it's like you're following me throughout the day, but it's not a 24-hour readathon. Is what I meant, Daniel. But yeah, so I'm just gonna end off this video. Comment down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video.